Welcome back to our next stop of two-a-days. Chris Gale, Adam Sawecki here, Big Z Sports, and of course, here brought to you by Mordenthal Certified Public Accountants and Claxon Communications. We are with the Strasburg Tigers. We are in Stras Vegas this evening. So, Adam, it's always great to come up here to one of those down and dirty, gritty schools that they may not have the numbers, but you know they're going to get the best each and every time. A long, storied, historic tradition with this school.
That's what I was going to say, Chris. It's the history of the program, and you can always expect that no matter what the numbers are for each individual year, you know that the Tigers they're going to give it their all each and every week.
Let's bring in head coach Curtis Metzger. And, Coach, last year 2-6 finished up. I know that you guys didn't get that chance with the playoffs with the whole COVID deal. Just kind of recap last year, a nice senior class for you guys that have kind of moved on, but I know it wasn't a season that you wanted to, and I know with all the stuff with the pandemic, it definitely wasn't what we all wanted.
Yeah, it was a rough season, as everybody had last year. It was just you were just not expecting, every day was something different. We felt like starting out, we felt like we had it going. We felt like we were in games. Obviously, starting with Sandy, it was not how we wanted in the monsoon and everything else. But we faced East Canton here, and we felt like we had it going. Then went down to Newcomerstown, and then it was like COVID hit. We got put in quarantine, and it was the wheels fell off for the Tigers, to say the least. With only 22 kids, you have 12 or 13 in quarantine. You only have 6 guys, down here to practice, and the rest are at home. And it was a rough way to end the season, but we felt like we had things going into Central before we were put into quarantine.
Well, Coach, I'm sorry that Chris brought that up, that 2020 season. So let's move on to this year and talk about the off season to this point, this group of kids, how, their work ethic, and how nice it is to get back to having a schedule that you don't have to worry about being canceled the next day.
Yeah, these guys, we had our end of year meetings with each individual, and it was, we want pushed harder. We want to do more. We want football to matter around here. So we sat down as a coaching staff and figured out a weight room program that we wanted to run, and brought in a guy to run the weight room for us. And they've bought in, and this has been our best off season that we've had. There for a while, we were going 4 days a week, and we were getting almost every kid there. It was one of, like I said, it was our best off season that we had. Now it's just going into Fridays and seeing if that off season pays off for us.
Well, Coach, last year, obviously, losing a class, with a Zach Cheney, with a Cape Shootball, some of those kids, a lot of talent, but you get Lucas Lindsay back, you get the Ortiz kid back who didn't play as a junior last year. Talk about how you're going to fill some of those holes, who's going to step up in different things, and who Big Z Sports can look for out of the Tigers in 2021.
Yeah, we lost a lot of skill last year, but we returned most of our offensive line. That's the good part. We returned our center, sophomore. He'll be the key to our offense. And Drake Reifenschneider. Nathan Beam will be back at tackle for us. Garrett Lau will be back at guard. Caden Smith is now a junior. He's been starting for us at guard since he's been a freshman. And then we have a battle spot right now for tackle, but we have a sophomore that's and Alex Burkett that we feel like he can step in and we won't have anything missing with him. He played a lot defense for us last year. Around here, offensive line is the key for us. Defensive line is the key for us. We want to run the ball. That's nothing new for anybody. We spread it out, but we want to run the ball. Skill-wise, yes, we get Eric Ortiz back that didn't play as a junior last year, but as a sophomore, he was third in tackles for our defense. We return Jordan Mitchell, who also didn't play as a junior last year. He'll be a senior this year. He'll step in and play tight end for us. We got a freshman in Parker Edwards, and Jake Ross will be right there for quarterback and wideout. Jake played wideout for us and corner last year for us. So we return a lot, but it's getting them going, we lost a lot of skill, but we're excited for the hard work that these guys have put in.
One thing I want to bring up real quick before we get back to Adam, we were talking a little bit off camera about the youth program here at Strasburg, and we know that like we talk about numbers, right? With Strasburg, Tusky Valley, TCC, those schools, we always talk about numbers, but encouraging things for you guys. Just talk a little bit about your youth program and the numbers that you have there.
Yeah. Junior high wise, we have 21 out for junior high, and then flag. We went to flag. My first year here, we went to flag. We went K through 4 with flag, and then 2 years ago or last year, we got rid of all tackle and went to flag, and we had around 50 last year, and we have 70 kids out for flag football. We're excited about that.
That's great. Looking at your schedule this year, you start off 3 out of your first 5. You are on the road, but 2 of those games include new opponents, Waterloo and Caldwell. What do you know about both of those teams, and what do you expect in the first half of the season?
Not very much. I watched a little bit of film on Caldwell just because of some of the opponents that we face. I know they have a dynamic quarterback. He's be a sophomore or junior for them. He's very good. It reminds me a lot of Cape Shoe Ball. Athlete that either way can run or throw. But Waterloo, I couldn't tell you one thing about them. I know a couple years ago they played Connaughton. That's all I could tell you about them. So it'll be interesting week 2 once we start getting film on them and diving into them, what we can get.
I was going to say you're going to be anxiously awaiting film on
Yes.
Waterloo, correct?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you that Waterloo, I don't even have their name on my sheet, so that's my bad too, right? But then you start the gauntlet. Oh, yeah, hey, by the way, your crossover game starts with Ridgewood.
Yeah, bring it on.
You know what I mean? You want me to call Sloss for you and fire him up, or he doesn't need it?
I've already called him, so you don't even have to worry about it. Bring it on, Slosh. We're ready for you. No, we're excited. I'm excited for these guys to go down in that atmosphere. Talk about an atmosphere that you want to be a part of, and you know, you walk out and the fans are hovered over top of you. The music's pumping. I'm excited to go down there for these guys to witness what an atmosphere is supposed to be like for high school football.
Yeah, your other crossover game is Tusky Valley in week 5, and then you start your side of the schedule with Malvern at East Canton, Buckeye Trail, New Cumberstown, both at home, and then at TCC, a game that was canceled last year that myself and Adam will have on live stream on 99.9 radio, which will be awesome.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to get going. You know, the IVC's. We have a feeling the IVC is going to be wide open this year. You know, that was a big senior class for every team last year. You know, we know Coach Kearns and Buckeye Trail return quite a bit, but we feel like everybody's lost a bunch of guys, and the small schools will be wide open. So it's going to be every week we're going to be going at it.
And that's one thing about the IVC. I mean, it's a growing conference. I mean, it's definitely the best conference in the area. And every team in it, every year, honestly, I think has a chance to come out as the champion in their respective division.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best part about it is week in, week out. When you get out of the crossover games, it's a battle, and you have to take it day by day. There's no off days. You got to get ready to go for every Friday night, and we're excited for that.
Coach, you've been doing this Friday night thing for quite some time as a player, 4th year as a head coach. Do you still get the butterflies and get excited to even come out the 2-a-days?
Oh, for sure. Sometimes it's a little pregame into the restroom before I come out because it's, I feel like something's coming up through the mouth. But as my dad always told me, if you lose the butterflies and that goes away, it's time to step away. So I'm glad that it's still there. I don't see it going away for a while. As my wife tells me, I'm a kid at heart, and I love being around these guys. This is what it's all about for me, just building that relationship with every single player and giving them something to remember after their 4 years is up.
Coach, thank you for your time and always being so generous to open up with open arms here to Big Z Sports at Strasburg. We appreciate it. Good luck this year. We look forward to talking to you after some wins on the post-game show, and, always looking forward to covering the Tigers.
Hey, no, thank you guys. Like I said, it's awesome what you guys do for these guys, for these kids. I love it. The kids love it, and how you cover this area is just amazing.
Well, we appreciate it. That is head coach Curtis Metzger, of course, of the Strasburg Tigers here in Stras Vegas. And wrapping things up, Adam, I think it sounds like a lot of good things to look forward to out of Strasburg this year. Some young kids coming up through, but continuing that Strasburg Tiger tradition.
Absolutely, and then there you said it. It's all about that Strasburg tradition, and you expect nothing less.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for this stop on our two-a-days, our Big Z Sports two-a-days, brought to you by Claxon Communications, and of course, right here, Mord Niedenthal Certified Public Accountants at Strasburg High School. For Adam Soweski and head coach Curtis Metzger, I'm Chris Kale, and we'll see you at the next stop.